Let's get the very latest from SABC News reporter Tanya Krause, who is on the ground and joins us live now. Tanya, thank you so much. So talk to us, Tanya, since that briefing that we heard earlier from the Labour Minister, what has happened there?
Good afternoon. Yes, after the briefing, Minister Ngesi also visited the family members. Basically, they are also unhappy at this point that the employer has not come to the fore. I have George Mayor Leon van Wyk with me, who will tell us a bit more about that. Mr. van Wyk?
Yes, the Department of Labour has indicated that they have attempted to have discussions with the company, the developing company of this construction site here behind us, and they visited the address of the company to go and see them at their offices, but there's no one at the offices. And I think what has happened, despite attempts, they've had to issue a subpoena to get that company to contact the Department of Labour.
Thank you, sir. And the situation, as we were told, it is still a rescue operation.
Yes, look, it remains a rescue operation. We've now passed the 72 hours, and what has been attempted so far, in the early part of that, was obviously to distract people where you could hear voices, and then to go through and work in those circumstances to try and get hold of people. What is certainly the conclusion that everyone came to yesterday afternoon was that the actual site was starting to get dangerous because there was movement taking place on this construction site, and there were certain cracks that were appearing in the concrete as well. And that then has placed the rescue workers at risk in terms of it becomes a lot more dangerous for injury. And therefore the transition has now been made that we need to get heavier equipment in to try and get below the first layers of concrete, and hopefully to try and recover any more persons who may well be alive down there. So we've managed to bring in some heavy equipment yesterday afternoon, which has certainly commenced work. And there's further equipment on the way from Cape Town, which will hopefully be here in about 2 hours' time. And that should then speed up that process of breaking down the concrete. Now, the difficulty that you always have is to make a decision where there are people alive and you can hear people to try and extract them as safely as possible. But the moment you're bringing in heavy equipment, those risks also then become a little bit bigger in terms of that, the work of the heavy machinery on site.
Thank you so much, Mr. van Wyk. Back to you in studio.